What's a harmless habit that actually ruins your life over time? Procrastinating small tasks until they pile up into a mess. Skipping brushing your teeth. It's much cheaper to brush your teeth than all possible alternatives. I don't think anyone doesn't brush their teeth because it's too expensive. Didn't brush my teeth from the ages of 9 till 19. I'm 24 now, and I'm doing everything I can to protect my remaining teeth. Please brush your teeth, kids. The agony is horrendous. I'm lucky they only pulled out my molars. Spent my 20s neglecting myself because of mental health. 33 now, and have almost no gum left. I will lose all my teeth soon, and surgery is just out of the question financially. Brush your teeth, people. Even a minute out of your day can save you all of this. Not doing a minimum of physical activity a day. A lot of people just wake up, walk to their car, walk to their desk, and the walk back from their car into their home. That's a routine that millions of people have, and that's not sustainable for a functioning body, and you'll pay for it as you age. Walking in the park to clear my head and finding a decent second-hand exercise bike has made a big difference. An adjustable standing desk and some yoga has also helped my lower back too. I didn't look out of shape, but oh man, I certainly was. I went on a 5-mile hike Sunday. I work a physical job. I just got back from a week off work. I am so tired still, but it is that feel-good tired. Like I did something good with my life. I can't wait to feel better and go hiking again. But I literally walk like a mile a day at work on top of the physical work. My hips hate me. Not really harmless, but always using my phone before bedtime has robbed me of so many hours of sleep that I felt really wasted every single day. Now I do anything before bed but use my phone. How did you break this habit? Asking for a friend, haha. What works for me is to start 1 hour before bed doing anything but scroll on the phone, like usually playing guitar or reading a book. I try to treat my phone more like an alarm clock at evenings and mornings, putting it aside when I have nothing important going on. This has worked for me as well. I picked up reading back in October, November, and try to read at least 30 minutes to an hour before bed every night. I read physical books, but a Kindle would be better than scrolling endlessly on your phone. Reading in general has dramatically decreased my phone usage. Buying crap you don't really need from food, cheap tools, free stuff and nice stuff on sale. Basically, low-level hoarding. My house is full of stuff I don't really use often. It's not trash, but it gets in the way of bigger projects and I need to offload it. Please stop that habit before it's too late. My partner started doing that, buying a lot of cheap tools and other useful stuff, because all of it would theoretically be necessary someday in the future to fix something, or just in case. He was and still is struggling with his mental health, and so this didn't help at all. In fact, it made it much, much worse. Now our house is full of that useful trash piled up, blocking entire rooms, devouring once living spaces. And it wasn't just bad for him, it ruined my life. I'm confined in a bedroom. I've been for the last 2 years. His downward spiral took everything away from me until this very day. We are going to therapy and things are getting better, but it's a slow process and a torture for someone who can't do more than just keep being patient and trying to help. So please, don't do that to yourself and your loved ones. Repressing thoughts, feelings. It's like a web browser with too many tabs open. It eats up the RAM because all those feelings are still there in the background, even if we choose not to acknowledge them. Makes what we try to focus on more difficult, tires us out from the energy draw, and makes us more reactive and more likely to act in ways that aren't in line with our values. This is not as clear-cut as it seems. Communicating clearly about long-term issues that bother you is important. However, there's psychology research showing that expressing anger leads to more anger, and that Freud's release valve model, which is folk wisdom by now, is wrong. Grievances can accumulate. Raw emotions, not so much. Drinking because you've been stressed out lately. You'd be surprised how quickly your mind comes up with any somewhat stressful thing in life to be an excuse to drink. Staying up late thinking you will fix it tomorrow. Unwillingness to learn. I almost have contempt for the willfully ignorant. I wonder what drives people to close their minds that way. I think they're usually egotistical. I don't need to learn because I already know everything. Everyone else has to learn until they think like me. Learning usually leads to complications they don't like. They like things nice and simple. I'm the best, and anything bad that happens is somebody else's fault. They can also be drama queens, and not learning is a form of self-sabotage that leads to repeated drama. They get hurt or screwed over again and again, and they get to do their favorite thing, cry and scream and act like a victim. And some people just plain don't like mental effort. Have you ever been up late studying, turned the page to some complex stuff and thought, man, I ain't reading all of that right now. I'm done studying for the day. Imagine taking that attitude to all of life. That's them scrolling through Reddit on a regular basis, person facepalming. Me reading this while thumb scrolling at 3 a.m. Hits different when you Ray, the main character in the cautionary tale. Sitting too much, the lack of any movement after eating, especially after a large dinner, repeated over years. This is how people quietly, unknowingly make their body more resistant to insulin over many years, leading to many metabolic conditions and other comorbidities. All it would take is one 10-minute, slow-paced walk outside as soon as dishes are done being washed, or you come home from wherever and put leftovers in the fridge. Other indoor alternatives would be walking on the treadmill or walking pad, bodyweight squats, or doing light housework like folding laundry. Any muscular contraction is going to help. Eating and then immediately sitting on the couch to watch TV or going right to sleep is actively harmful. This video explains why. I had a big, pretty salty dinner the other night and had such a bad stomach ache brewing, so I went for a literal 10-minute walk past gas and felt amazing. Lol, I was like, damn. Our grandparents really were on to something with those post-meal walks. Going for a walk after any large meal will make you feel better. It gets stuff moving in your digestive tract. For sure, dude, eating while laying down is terrible for you. I had no idea the damage I was doing to my throat, esophagus, digestive system by eating before bed. I never put two and two together, TBH. It didn't cause me problems until I hit 30, but once it did, it really did. As I get older, I wake up literally choking on acid sometimes, and there is permanent scarring in my esophagus. Look up esophageal stricture. I also have dysphagia. At 31, I don't even want to imagine how this is gonna affect me 30 years from now. It's only gonna get worse. Also, don't swallow pills dry or open beers with your teeth. It doesn't make you look cool. I know that sounds dumb because most people already know not to do that crap, but I was a dumbass kid, and I really thought I was cool because I could dry swallow pills. I used to use my teeth for everything too, despite warnings from older folks. I just ignored them because I thought I was special or some crap, I guess. I wish I hadn't. Use a bottle opener, kids. Dentist says I still have decent teeth for now, but I have lots of chips in my canines, molars, etc. that will eventually become problems as I get older because cavities thrive in places like that. Take care of your stomach, your esophagus, your teeth. You don't want to be 31 and have difficulty swallowing and reoccurring heartburn already because you made poor choices when you were younger. And if you're going to eat candy, don't choose the sour stuff. It's terrible for your teeth and your esophagus. Overworking constantly like it's a virtue or something inspire others. No, it's not. It makes you seem like you're compensating, and sooner or later your body will let you know how much you've abused it. Buying small things on impulse. If you don't pay attention, you likely won't notice. But over a few years, it can add up to tens of thousands of dollars. That's money that can fund retirement or home down payment. Not having attention to detail. The way you do one thing is the way you do all things. Sooner or later, you realized you half-assed your way through life. Ghosting. You don't develop empathy for others, and it makes you become self-centered. You don't develop communication skills, and you don't know how to see things from a different perspective. You have tunnel vision, using Q-tips in your ear canal. Over time, it packs the wax while drying it, and can cause a lot of complications if not removed. I had impacted wax in my ears, went to urgent care. They tried to flush it out, but the wax was so impacted it didn't move, and then I had water stuck behind it. Took over a month for it to be resolved. I was in some of the worst pain of my life, It actually made me feel insane. I couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, drank so much alcohol, got back with my toxic ex. I mean actually manic with pain, so much trauma. The day it was all removed by an ENT doc, I felt reborn. I haven't used Q-tips in my ears since. I just irrigate with warm water in the shower. Yes, I miss the feeling, but I do not miss the pain it caused me. Getting into trading cards. You think it's fun because you played the sport you collect. But I'm currently in debt over it and just got scammed by someone I've known for about 15 years for $3,000 because he is a degenerate addict too. I wish I could go back 3 years and never get into it. But here we are. I have to sell them to get back to even. And when I make profit, I have to buy more to profit on those just to continue clawing my way out of the hole I've dug. Edit rereading this, and it's not really a habit. Feels like it, unfortunately, since I am habitually checking on prices. What's for sale? What needs to be promoted? What cards need to be mailed, etc. Saying yes to everything at work because you want to be seen as reliable. Did this for years, and all it got me was twice the workload at the same pay, while the people who set boundaries got promoted because they seemed more strategic about their time. Being the person who never says no doesn't make you indispensable. It makes you easy to take advantage of. Not getting enough sleep, and we all do it, even those of us that get 8 hours a night. It's not enough. We should all be having a siesta midday. 36% increase of heart issues with people who skip siestas. And that's before the normal 8 HRS, which most don't get anyway. We become the dominant species because of how we sleep, and we are fucking that up. And that wraps up our look into the harmless habits that are quietly draining your life. It's a scary reminder that whether it's scrolling at 3 a.m. or ignoring a simple post-meal walk, the smallest choices pile up over time. If any of these stories hit a little too close to home, drop a comment below and let's talk about it. Smash that like button. Subscribe for more deep dives into Reddit's best threads, and take care of your body. See you in the next one.